Hi folks, welcome back to Comfort Session Podcast, Comfortable Conversation with Surabaya Cambridge School. And for today's episode, we gonna talk about something interesting. It's about scholarship. Jadi ini suatu yang sangat seru dan juga sangat insightful banget, karena nanti kita bakal ngobrol-ngobrol langsung sama si yang mendapatkan scholarship. Please give a round of applause for Alfred here. Boleh kasih tepuk tangan dong. Hi Alfred, how are you?
Hi Kak, I'm very good so far.
Okay, Alfred, mungkin could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi everyone, I'm Alfred. I'm Alfred Julian Susanto. You can call me Alfred. I am a former student council president here in SCS, and I'm currently a university student. I study in Sampoerna University, taking the major of mechanical engineering.
Wow, cool Alfred ya. Berarti Alfred ini juga merupakan alumni dari SCS and also a former of President of Student Council ya,
Yeah.
Ketua OSIS di SCS. Oke, with Jeffrey here, dan juga kita mau ngobrol-ngobrol nih Alfred, kira-kira how's the journey about your university life and then the scholarship journey, starting from tahu dari mana sih Alfred tentang your university, Sampoerna University? Why you choose Sampoerna University?
Okay, so the first time I heard of Sampoerna University itu juga memang dari info session SCS ini.
Okay.
So this school is like, in terms of connection and network with other universities, it's very wide. Jadi kan sering ada university exposure. We went to China once to see Zhejiang University. Kita ada connection with UC, Universitas Ciputra, and other universities. One of which is my current university, Sampoerna University itu mereka ada info session waktu I was in grade 11 last time.
Okay.
So they showed me virtually, they showed me around the campus and how the degree works and so on. Jadi emang benar-benar info session dari SCS ini yang lead me to Sampoerna University.
Okay, and then why you choose Sampoerna University among other university?
Maybe in terms of like the name of the university itself, yeah. Sampoerna University. Not many have heard of it, right? And like people would still question and ask, isn't that like a quite small and unheard campus?
Okay.
And then considering my grade back then, I had an average grade of 94 in my high school. So like people would say you could go for higher or better university.
Yeah.
But like I saw the potential in Sampoerna University. So this particular university offers a double degree for international majors, and it is in collaboration with two other international institutions in the US, which is the Broward College and the University of Arizona. So once I will graduate, I will earn a diploma from Broward College, Sampoerna University, and the University of Arizona. So I see it as a very easy way to earn 3 diplomas at once, right? And considering that it is located in Jakarta, back then during my year, there was still the COVID restriction and all, right? Jadi kayak if I want to go abroad, it's like very risky, right? What if I cannot go back to Indonesia? That's what concerned me the most. And then like, oh, there's a closer campus here in Jakarta. I can always go back to Surabaya anytime I want to, right?
Wow.
So I chose Sampoerna University.
Wow, that's cool. So you need to 4-year study to get 3 majors.
3 diplomas.
3 diplomas ya, 3 diplomas. Oh wow, cool. In same majors.
Yes.
Oke. Kalau kita lihat di sini juga major yang diambil lah mechanical engineering ya, teknik mesin. Why you choose mechanical engineering?
Honestly speaking, I had no idea what major I wanted to take, right? So like when I consult with the teachers here, because like we have the counselor, right? Dan waktu itu guru BKSS ini emang recommend if you don't have any particular interest, try to look at the talents you have. So like when I take a look at my grades, I would excel most in math and physics. So I think mechanical engineering was a safe choice for me, because even if I'm not fully into it back then, I would still be able to try perform my best, right? And then like when it comes to choosing the majors itself between like every other majors offered for the scholarship that I received, mechanical engineering happens to be one of the most expensive and prestigious scholarship offered. So like, if you're offered a free 95 million per semester or a 14 million per semester, I would choose the 95 million.
Wow, that's interesting though. Okay, and maybe you can give us some clips that apa yang dipelajari di mechanical engineering then?
Okay, so in mechanical engineering, especially in Sampoerna University, for the first year, which I'm currently in, I just finished my first year, we are provided a general courses. So like, it's not specified into mechanical engineering yet. So this whole program of general courses includes like general physics, math, calculus, advanced calculus, even English literature. So the reason behind that is that the campus is trying to provide me flexibility in case I wanted to change my major or there's a sudden interest change. So like if I suddenly want to move to another major, let's say industrial engineering, it's not so far off mechanical engineering. Tapi kalau misalnya in other campus, I may have to restart another year, right? But then here in Sampoerna University, since I took the general courses, I will be able to seamlessly transfer and move major and still earn the credit that I earned before in mechanical engineering.
Because you study a basic major in the first semester.
Jadi kalau first year ini in Sampoerna University, my mechanical engineering memang belum sespesifik itu. We only study calculus, physics. I mean, it's very related to mechanical engineering, tapi it's very it's the foundation lah.
Cool. All right. And then, is it in line with your dreams? Is it in line with your goals? Mechanical engineering thing. Could you tell us, and pernah terpikir nggak sih to take that major?
Previously, I was not. It wasn't in any thought of mine, because my parents, as very typical Asian parents, would encourage me to be a doctor.
Business.
So I was pursuing biomedical engineering at first, right? I took the AS level and IGCSE level for biology, chemistry, and math. So it's very much into like the science, medicine, and so on. But then like in my 11th grade, there was this one event for like a connection from SCS with UC, Apple Developer Academy.
Okay, sure.
I was able to earn like a 1 month summer bootcamp, like internship, like with the Apple Academy, which I believe inspired me the most to like, oh, maybe I want to work in the tech industry. So seeing that mechanical engineering would be able to at least get me into this tech industry, I think it is in line with my dream for now.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And talking about your scholarship, could you please tell us what scholarship did you get? A full scholarship, or in what type of scholarship?
Okay. So the scholarship I received from Sampoerna University is titled the Sparks Presidential Scholarship. It is the most prestigious scholarship provided by Sampoerna University. It covers 100% tuition fee for all 8 semesters, and it is transferable between majors. So it's very flexible.
Oh, jadi bisa ganti if you don't want to continue your mechanical, you still can get
like another major with the scholarship.
Wow, interesting though. Okay, and then you're free from tuition free, and then from the what else?
It covers the tuition fee, the building fee, and everything. Jadi, tapi it doesn't cover the accommodation or living expenses.
So now you live in Jakarta.
Yes.
Jaksel ya.
Yes.
Jadi anak Jaksel ya, witches gitu ya. So okay, Sampoerna University, interesting. And then, gimana caranya untuk apply that scholarship? Did you get it, or did you apply for it, or is there any collaboration between Sampoerna University and SCS?
Okay, so there is collaboration between SCS and Sampoerna University, right? So every university, in order for you to apply and register, there's like registration fee, right?
Yeah.
But then in collaboration with SCS back then, they provided a free registration fee. So I thought of like, oh, maybe why not? Let's try register. I applied there, and then like I took the test, I took the application test and everything. I passed, and then like they offered me. My grades are very great, like the application test.
Yeah.
So they offered me to upgrade to the full scholarship. In in exchange, I have to do an interview. I have to make an essay and so on. And like, there's a whole long process.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Talking about the preparation, how about the preparation that you prepare to get the scholarship, and then you go to the Sampoerna University? Did you get some tests or some specific preparation?
I think personally, I didn't prepare that much because even if the test was hard, most of it I've already learned in my classes here in SCS. And like when being asked to make an essay, like typically you have this 1,000 words long essay you have to make, right? But like I'm quite used to it because my teachers here in SCS told me to, like, every AS level preparation we would write an essay. There's multiple choice questions here. We do essays every day. But it worked. Yeah. I did not have to struggle. I did not have to stress and like think, oh, what am I supposed to write? What am I supposed to do? I'm very used to it here.
So SCS very helped you to get easier.
Yes,
this process.
Adaptive.
Okay, talking about the scholarship again, what is the specification or to get that scholarship? Is that the highest score or active student or?
I think since my scholarship is entitled, right, presidential scholarship. So from the word president itself, you can tell that one of the major requirements is that you have to be active in like student organization and so on. And I think it works for every other scholarship. Because like when campuses and university is going to provide like scholarship, they won't pick some regular inactive people. Like if you're simply smart in academic, unless you're very smart in academic, like you join Olympics and competition, you can get a scholarship. But then like if you're simply like an inactive student who does homework, like, barely do homework, I don't think scholarship like that will be able to be obtained easily. So you are the one and only one who get this scholarship, or in SCS? In SCS, yes. Wow. But in my campus, there's only 20 slots, if I remember, for this particular scholarship. That's very limited, for that amazing scholarship then. Okay, talking about your experience in high school, could you please tell us about your activity back then in high school, your journey about being president of student council, that everyone here can see your story that can inspire us also? I think since my high school years were disrupted by the COVID, so like we had a 2-year online, right? But then like it didn't stop me from having the organization experience, because since junior high school I was in SCS as well. I've already participated in the student council. I was also the president for the junior high school student council back then. And like even if like in my first year in the high school, like senior high school, grade 10, I was able to join the student council as members, head of division. I think it took a step-by-step process. Like if you're going to apply to the student council, you cannot be immediately the president, right? You have to be part of it. Follow the steps. You follow the steps. You become the member, you become the head of division. I think if you're qualified enough, if you know how the system works, if you have the vision and mission to grow with SCS and nurture the community as a whole, you can eventually apply as the student council president. But of course, you won't be the only one. There's a lot of competition, but there's a long process to it, right? Debate, election, and so on. If you can, I think if you have what it takes, like the public speaking skills, the confidence, the leadership. Everything here is taught in SCS. Like everything here is practiced. So you don't have to like be afraid and hesitate to apply. You can always look at yourself like everything here is provided. The leadership training and so on. So just do it. Just apply. Enter first.
We are wondering, is that any benefit that you become a president of student council?
Aside from my scholarship, I think in terms of like my campus organization, right? There are a lot of organizational activity in the campus, and most of it would require you to apply with your CV, with your LinkedIn and so on. Like when being asked to interview and so on, I have this like in my CV, I have this 3 years of organization experience, and I was the student council president. So like whenever I apply to my senior, they would say, "Oh, kamu dulu ketua OSIS ya? Udah langsung masuk aja."
Wow.
I got into 3 organizations without interview.
Wow, cool.
Whereas my friends were rejected.
Yeah.
It's a cheat code. For university.
Di samping juga responsibility-nya juga gede ya.
Yeah. Of course, the benefit comes with responsibility.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Talking about university and the high school, what's the difference? You think?
I think it's a lot different. Yeah, like the gravity and atmosphere itself. Like, I think in high school, mentally we're still a child, right? Like, I would go to school late. I'm not a very punctual person in high school. But then, like, of course, here there's the tension. And whenever I came late from lunch to classes, one of my teacher back then would ask me to do push-ups, and I found it like, oh, this is so unnecessary. Kayak gak penting banget gitu. Tapi I learned from it. Like in university, there is no tolerance of punctuality. Telat dikit, udah deadline-nya hilang. 0. Wah, itu kan very scary ya. Terus kayak something like the honesty and integrity here. Kalau di sini ketahuan nyontek, wah paling cuma dikurangin. Tapi di sana I would get dropped out. It's very intense here.
Okay. And then, is there any target of score that you need to harus achieve to get scholarship and to maintain that scholarship?
Oh, for this particular scholarship, I am supposed to maintain a GPA of minimum 3.25 out of 4.
Okay.
Jadi it's relatively high. It may not seem that high. Tapi for my major, mechanical engineering, it is that high. It is very hard. But then like, thankfully, as of now, I am still with my 4.0 GPA cumulative.
Cool.
I am awarded with the Dean's List program, so everything is going well.
Wow.
And I think SCS really prepared me for it.
Wow, good job SCS. Okay, talking about scholarship again, is there any qualification that you need to kasih certificate or win a competition?
Of course, ada.
Oh.
First of all, your own grades here
Okay.
must be around 90 and above
Okay.
to get a full scholarship. I think it applies for all universities in general. Maybe some would ask for minimum of 85 and so on. But to compensate your grade, if you have like a grade less than 90 or below in average, you can always cover it up with leadership experience. Ikut organisasi, ikut panitia, it's very helpful there to get a scholarship. Terus ada juga like surat-surat lomba, sertifikat lomba itu, I think that would really help because it will show how active and competitive you are.
And your skill also,
Yes.
You're good at. Okay. Lastly, we're talking about what is the nilai-nilai yang diajarkan di SCS that affect to your life, affect to your university life that SCS told and give you that core values.
Okay, so like among the 10 core values taught by SCS, I think 2 of which would like taught me and like I hold on to until now would be the honesty and punctuality.
Okay.
So back then in grade 11, I was desperate in my exam. So like I tried to cheat And then, like, I was caught cheating by my teacher. And then, like, I tried to lie my way out of it. But then, like, eventually, I was able to confess to my teacher and so on. And then, like, my teacher told me she would subtract my grade, but then please make this a lesson, don't repeat it again, and so on. When, like, in university, one of my friends got caught cheating.
Yeah.
So, like, I never tried to cheat anymore in university.
Yeah.
But then, like, my friend did. With that experience, like, he was threatened to be dropped out, and, like, his scholarship was it was over the edge. If I had not learned from SCS, I think maybe I would still try to.
Yeah.
Maybe I would still attempt to cheat and, like, take the easy way out. But then maybe I would lose my scholarship right now.
Yeah.
And then, like, I think the second one would be punctuality.
Punctuality?
Because, like, every time in university, if you're like 10 minutes late, 5 minutes late in submitting your exam, no matter what's the excuses, unless the excuses are really valid, like in the middle of the exam, you got COVID or something, you got struck by lightning,
right.
Unless it is very valid, misalnya kayak your excuse was, oh, I had an internet problem, my Wi-Fi died, accident and so on. The teacher, the lecturer will not tolerate at all. Padahal kan it's 1 minute late, 30 seconds late, still doesn't matter.
Wow.
That's it.
Interesting, Alfred. And then we have another guest star. Selain Alfred juga yang pastinya berprestasi juga gak kalah seru, nanti kita bakal ngobrol-ngobrol dengan yang satu ini. Tetap stay tune ya. Welcome back to Comfort Session Podcast, Comfortable Conversation with Surabaya Cambridge School. And we already talked with the former president of Students' Council in SCS, and we also have another ex-president of Student Council in SCS. This is Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. So, Aaron, you are older than Alfred, yeah?
Yeah, I was a senior by a year, I think.
Oh, okay. Could you please introduce yourself, Aaron?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Aaron. I'm a university student, year 2 going to year 3 at the Chinese University of Hong Kong in Shenzhen. I'm a big data major, data science and big data technology. I'm an alumni at SCS. I graduated in 2021. And I was student council the year before that, so I was like 19 to 20. So
wow, cool. Aaron, Aaron is a student of Science University of Hong Kong in Shenzhen.
Chinese University.
Chinese University of Hong Kong. Okay. Where is Shenzhen, Aaron? Is that located in Hong Kong or in
No,
China?
Shenzhen is in China, but if you're asking for a specific region in Shenzhen, then it's like Longkang district.
So it's located in China.
Yeah, in China.
Oh, all right. And you take a data science. Could you tell us what is the data science major, what you study?
So data science is actually a combination of 3 things. So let me break it down. So the first one is statistics. So it's like you have a lot of data and you want to analyze some trends from this data. And the second is computer science. So computer science is what my professors say, it's to free your hand. So it's like you need a lot of data, right? How are you going to get it? You can't just like manually write it down. So that's what computer science is for. So you can automatically get a lot of data. And the third one is machine learning. So more of AI. It's actually, some people may think AI and computer science are one thing, but like just to make it more specific, it's like machine learning are these like models that you use to analyze the data. So it's like you can have many like programs, algorithms to help you analyze data, and from this data you can also predict trends, predict other results like that. So that's what data science is about.
Wow, that's complex, I think. So computer, data, analytics, and so on. Okay, and Aaron is get a scholarship in CUHK. Could you please tell us again what type of scholarship you get?
So the scholarship that I got is the full tuition and accommodation scholarship.
Wow.
And here's something interesting actually. So actually this just happened yesterday. So I applied for another scholarship right from a foundation. It's called the it's like this, I think it's like the Shenzhen University International Scholars Fund or something like that. And I had to like make a video, I had to submit an application and everything, and then I just heard back yesterday, and apparently I was one of the selected ones. So
Wow.
we have that one, and then we have another one from
That's cool. Okay, one by one.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
sure.
okay. The first scholarship is it interesting. Yeah, tuition free and accommodation also. So you don't need to pay the tuition.
Pretty much just living expenses.
Oh,
Yeah, just living expenses.
Wow. Okay. And it's valid for long that you study.
Yeah. So
there?
for 4 years, like the normal length, right? If you kind of misplan your academic year, then then you take like 5 years, different story perhaps. But then 4 years with maintenance requirements.
Okay. What's the requirement that you need to get to achieve to get that scholarship?
Okay, so to achieve, so I'll wind it back from when I applied. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I first got the scholarship, I had to submit my current report card, because I think I applied around February-ish. So my report card wasn't complete. So when I got the offer back, after interview, entrance exam and whatnot, they said okay, based on our revision, we're recommending you for this scholarship. It was the full tuition accommodation one. And they said you need a minimum of 90 in your maths, I think high school or grade 12, either one of that. And then overall high school GPA is 90, something like that. So that was to get it. And then to maintain it in the university, we need a minimum of 3.0 out of 4. So yeah.
Wow. So you need to give your student report, and then did it perlu juga untuk certificate or something for international scholarship?
Yeah, TOEFL definitely.
Yeah.
So for the scholarship, it was actually for that university, when I submit an application, I'm also automatically eligible for scholarships. They're also reviewing. So essentially, you're submitting all your documents ID, passport, report card, award certificates, etc. TOEFL, obviously. If you want to apply international, you definitely need a TOEFL or an IELTS, just some sort of English certificate. And then after that, they just basically look at the top candidates, also from their entrance exam as well, and then they just select a few for the scholarship.
Is that that university requires you to fluent in Chinese or?
So my university is not like normal universities in China, because my university is international. So our curriculum is fully in English, which I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
Chinese is really difficult.
Chinese is difficult.
Yeah. And especially when you're learning technical stuff, it's even more difficult.
Yeah. Great. Okay, and we're moving to another scholarship that you applied recently. So could you please tell us the detail about that university, so that you get from the previous scholarship and you get another scholarship? What's the difference and what's the benefit that you get?
So the first one is from the university. It's my entry-level scholarship.
Okay.
So it's a scholarship that when I get into the university, then they give us a scholarship.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different types of scholarships. There are some scholarships that they give for academic achievements, but there are also these other scholarships from foundations. So for foundations, how I learned about them is actually from my email. So when you go to the university, check your emails regularly, because there are a lot of stuff that go in there. And then one of the emails was this SUISF, it's the name of the scholarship. And then I just read, I was oh, this is interesting. And then the scholarship fund was pretty big, so I was oh shoot, okay, why not? So I saw the email and I read the requirements, so I just very quickly had to fill out everything and just submit an application. So the application is actually slightly different from having to apply in universities, because apart from the personal statement, obviously, because that's a given, this one also wanted an introduction video.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a lot of other like information such as like I don't know why they asked for like Chinese relatives and so on.
Oh,
I even had to
okay.
submit my grandma's passport. But like it's
Okay.
something like that. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's totally different applications process. You have to check your email for just like any scholarship you make.
Okay, so the first one you get an internal scholarship, and then the second one you get the external
Yeah,
scholarship.
exactly. Pretty much.
Oh wow, cool. And then what's the preparation that you need to prepare to get that scholarship from the internal and external? Did you all study or do a test or?
For the internal part, it's the same as just submitting a normal application. So you have all your documents, your report card, and then also the entrance exam. So some universities don't, but other more, I guess, like higher rank universities, they typically do. So luckily, it was a math exam, and then the coverage is actually very similar to A levels. So I have many friends at the time. So I was under a agency, right? They helped me. An educational consultant helped me to submit my application. Great Wall. So I was in sort of a group with many other Indonesians, and a lot of them actually had to restudy because their curriculum was totally different from the exam. But luckily, mine was very similar. So all I had to do was just review. I just had to review my my math, and then just like do some past papers, and then that's it. And then for personal statement, personal statement.
Thanks to SCS, right?
Yeah.
She mempermudah gitu ya untuk bisa apply the scholarship.
And then also for the external, itu the most like sort of the outlier in this one would be the video. So it's just like a personal statement, but in a video form. In this case, it's like I had to read sort of what kind of students they were looking for. So they were looking for like positive attitude towards Chinese culture and so on. So then I made an introduction video about like I went to China because of I wanted to make use of my Chinese proficiency that I learned in SCS. And then also that I want to get closer to my culture, and then I appealed to like history and so on. Begitulah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Talking about the university life, is there any culture shock that you get from sebelumnya kan di Indonesia, and then you go abroad to to China, to study? Is there any differences or culture shock?
So in studies, actually, it's way more competitive there.
Whoa!
Because I have to compete against Chinese people, right? Because it's like my friend said it's like Chinese students were essentially trained to do well in exams since since they went into high school. So like exams, they normally take up a large percentage of the weight. So when we're competing with people who have been trained to do exams, it's very difficult, obviously. Then we don't need to talk about their math anymore, because we all know how to do math. So culture shock came from at first when I couldn't sort of maintain like as high of a GPA as I had in high school. So there was something I had to really negotiate and sort of like with myself, because studies in university and high school are just totally different things, right? Because especially in CUHK Shenzhen as well, the grading scheme is by bell curve. So bell curve is kind of like you have to compete with other people, and then they give an A to the top N% and so on. So it's like a kind of ranking scheme as well. Wow. It's good if you're in the middle, not so good if you're not. So it's kayak gitu.
Wow.
So it's like competition. But then about this life there, luckily SCS has trained me to be like pretty good at Chinese. I'm actually pretty fluent compared to most of my other friends there, and actually like most of the international students at CUHK are Indonesian. So like 80% are Indonesian. My immediate circle is still a bunch of Indonesians. I was able to make a few friends from China as well through organizations and stuff, which is nice. But yeah, so far I guess that sort of like rounds up my culture shock experience thing. So in life, not so, because I can speak Chinese, which is lucky. But then in academic performance, there was a lot I had to sort of deal with.
Wow. Chinese people are very competitive.
Very competitive.
All right. Did you prepare intensive for the Chinese language, or you just come up with the skill that you get from SCS?
So the thing about learning language at SCS is that you need to efficiently use your resources,
Yeah.
right? Because when it's like learning a language, it's also partly from you, right? You also have to put in effort. You have to practice as well. So how I went with Chinese at SCS was that I actually made an effort to really converse a lot with my teachers. So like, I think that speaking is one of the best ways to increase your language proficiency, like in any language.
Yeah.
So I was able to get a lot of practice with my teachers. I can sort of carry myself in a conversation, sort of like, spontaneous thinking in language is also very important. So luckily that was most of my Chinese preparation down. I think like I didn't take any HSK or any exams, but then we also had HSK practice, like it was our midterms, I think, or something. So for our midterms in Chinese, we had to do an HSK exam. So I think I'm about HSK 5 or something. I'm not sure, but like around that much. Well, from what I remember at school, but I didn't take it officially. So around that much.
Okay, right. And then about your scholarship, is there any target or that you need to maintain that scholarship, sum of score target? Or?
3.0 out of 4.
Okay. And then what is your biggest challenge that you face when you go abroad and do study there?
I think if it's not homesickness, then it's probably, because I'm a naturally competitive person. And when I look at my performance, I always think I can do better, right? I guess that's something I also have to come into terms with, because to get better grades, I also have to compete with other people, right? So sometimes, even though my grade is enough to say maintain a scholarship, but it's not really up to my standards. So that's why, like, I guess my biggest challenge right now is really just pushing myself a bit more, but also finding a work-life balance so that, like, I'm studying, not suffering, right? So that's something I have to deal with.
Yeah. Okay, and then could you tell us about the atmosphere there in China, and then your life there? Or you live in boarding house, or you have apartment there?
Part of the accommodation scholarship was to live in the dorm, because
dorm.
obviously they won't
Yeah.
finance you if you live
Yeah.
outside, right? So I live in a dorm with 3 other roommates. 2 are actually from Surabaya as well. Well, the other one
Surabaya again,
yeah.
Surabaya.
The other one is from Malaysia, so not that much of a culture shock. But then with my Malaysian friend, I'm actually grateful because I get to practice my Chinese.
Yeah.
And then we have like a canteen there. We usually get lunch, dinner. But if you get bored, then you cook yourself in the dorm where they have a pantry as well. You can cook. And apart from that, there's probably like I have to go by bus from my dorm to classes, because all of the classes, no, not that far, just like probably 5 minutes by bus. And the bus comes every 5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes. So it's pretty regular.
Like shuttle, right? Just pick you up,
So like all the classes are in lower campus. So I have to. So usually, I wake up, I go down to lower campus, and then if I have a break, I may go back up and then go back down later, or I just like spend my entire day in lower campus, probably study in the library, and then just go back up like late night. Probably.
Oh wow, okay. And talking about the high school memories, what is your favorite high school memories back then that you are president of student council? Did you have good sweet memories in SCS?
The one I remember most is probably our open house event. Probably like one of my last events as student council president. So like we had to sort of plan a carnival game session where we had to like sort of plan a bunch of carnival games, prepare the props, calculate all the costs, and then we had to do some advertising as well. So at the time we had to quickly throw up a presentation, and then I quickly gathered all my members, and then we went together to the primary building to like have just a presentation like, oh, you should come to open house, it's really fun.
Yeah.
So we had like a lot of games there. We had like something with basketball. We had like fish catching as well, like all those carnival games. But I guess the part I like most is like because I get to work together with people, and then like I also get to really work hard and have fun at the same time, because like this was our blood, sweat, and tears, and we're finally like doing this, and we see many people are happy, they're enjoying our event. But then icing on the cake is that like we doubled our initial capital. So, yeah,
I see.
it's probably a very proud moment for us.
As an ex-student of SCS, what's is the core value that help you to get a scholarship, get a study abroad here in SCS?
I think it's about coping under large pressure, and also how to perform under a really tense curriculum. SCS, what's nice about the curriculum is that it's very similar to my university, my first year. So a lot of the concepts are either just like developed from something I already know, or something I've already learned before, so just a review. And then also like we have a lot of coursework as well, and it's very stressful, right? You have to cope, or your GPA is going to fall. It's also like that in university. Actually, for my external scholarship at the time, I was actually debating whether or not to apply for that one, right? Because at the time, it was the end of the semester. It was really busy. I think it was like this. So I had to submit. It was like May 10, I think, right? I had to submit an essay on May 10, and then 2 days later, I had a final exam, which was like the entire semester. And then after that, on the 15th, I had the deadline for my scholarship. Then the next day, I had a math exam in the morning. And then the day after that, I have a machine learning exam. So like it's mind-blowingly difficult, right? Especially like I had to make my video, I had to like manage my time, I had to be very efficient, I had to find how can I do this so that everything will fit. So there was like I was debating. I was like, maybe I should just drop the scholarship so that I can focus on my math. But then in the end, I said, okay, you know what? Let's just push it, because you're only young once, right? Might as well exhaust yourself.
Wow.
It took a lot of like sacrificing sleep and whatnot, but it was worth it at the end, right?
That's crazy.
I guess like SCS also helps because the curriculum is actually really difficult, and then the workload is also very tense. So it's not like something that's completely out of my comfort zone. It's something that I've been familiar to. So I can push myself, even if I do need to push myself a lot more. But then I've been there before. I can really like it's really a mindset thing.
Wow. It's getting more interesting, getting more fun, and we're gonna take a break for now, and we'll go back with Aaron and Alfred to talk about their experience being president of Student Council. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome back to
Conversation Podcast.
Okay, together once again, welcome back to
Conversation Podcast.
Okay, we still have our amazing guests here with Alfred, and we also have Aaron, ex-student council president. Both of you, yeah?
Yes.
Oh wow, cool. And then both of you also get a scholarship. Alfred in Sampoerna University, and Aaron in Hong Kong. In China, right?
Yeah, China.
Hong Kong University. Okay, and then we gonna talk about leadership right now. Since you are ex-president of Student Council in SCS, did leadership affect your aspect of life or study, or your journey about get your scholarship? Maybe start from Alfred.
I think there's a recognizable pattern here, right? As you said, we're both former student council president. We're both full scholarship recipient. So the pattern is quite obvious, guys. It really affects. It really does affect. Leadership is a very important part of my life, I think. Even though it may seem like a big responsibility and all, if you can endure it, you have the benefit in return.
Okay. How about Aaron?
So in a nutshell, when you have a personal statement and you want to be chosen for an application, you have to stand out, right? And the nice thing with student council president is like there can only be one student council president per school, right? So how many schools do you have in like Surabaya, Indonesia, or like the world even? There can only be one student council president, right? So if you have that position, then you have something very nice to fill in your CV. And like not even just the position, but like just having an organization experience, it will set you out like really far, right? Because sometimes you also need to stand out in your own way. Maybe you're not as smart as other people, but then with organization experience, you can have some sort of extra selling factor, right? And then apart from that, there's also like, you know, a lot of, say, character building, I guess, in leadership, because you have to learn how to deal with people, how to negotiate, how to improvise, how to plan, how to be resilient, and so on. So it's a very worthwhile skill to have. It's kind of like an investment, yeah. If it's not difficult, then it's like, what's the point, right?
Okay. What do you think, Alfred and Aaron? Apa sih yang dicari, or what's the point that the recruiter of a scholarship select the applicants? Is there must be active, must be have a good score, or what? What do you think about Alfred?
Okay, let me start. Maybe different scholarships have different standard, right?
Okay.
Tapi in general, of course, they want you to have the good grades.
Okay.
Good grades ini, like, it doesn't necessarily to show that you're smart and all. Tapi it shows that you're hardworking, that and you're committed to your study, right? Because like your grade is a reflection of your own work.
Yeah.
And aside from that, of course, most scholarship will tend to choose people who are really active either in competitions or in organization, right? Because it shows that you're competitive, or at least you're socially active. Because scholarships usually, like, let's say the government scholarship, right? They provide scholarships for people who they think could provide back to the country, right?
Yeah.
Nah, kalau misalnya you're just a regular person yang inactive, would you think, like, as a recruiter or as the university recruiter, would you really think this person could be impactful enough? Nah, tapi kalau misalnya mereka active in organization atau mereka a former leader, it doesn't necessarily have to be the president. You can be the head of division or something you're very like interested about and you're confident about. It would really show that you're active and that you could be impactful. You could lead people, you could delegate people, and you could influence people.
Yeah.
Go ahead, maybe.
So interestingly, this was actually I've worked for a sort of department in my university, right? And in one of my works, like I had to edit their video. This was a head of international admissions who was talking about their dream student. So it was actually a pretty interesting take. So like, apart from students wanting to get into their dream school, the school is also looking for their dream students. So a few of the character qualities that she mentioned were like, they can withstand pressure, they can withstand like peer sort of outside and like peer pressure, and then they're also like chasing better selves. So they're constantly like sort of looking to improve themselves. Like a lot of these qualities that you see sort of appear in leadership, right? Because in leadership, like whether you like it or not, these characters will be tested, like no questions asked. So this is why I think, apart from being able to stand out and sort of adding some like a little more flair to your resume, right? Like, so you have something to write about, also talk about in the interview. Most important, that's the most important part. So this is why like leadership and scholarships, they go hand in hand, you know? And like they not only are something you write on a resume, but it also shapes your character.
Wow. Okay. And still talking about leadership, what is a good leader? That the aspect of being a good leader in terms of maybe Aaron or Alfred.
I think a good leader, something that I learned from him actually, because I was under him.
Yeah.
Previously, I was a head of division under his cabinet, so like he was my leader, and like maybe before his cabinet, like I would see a leader as someone who has authority. I could always ask someone to do something. I could always delegate a task. But then like coming into the realization when I become the student council president myself, and like I took after him, like all the quality and traits that I've seen is something very important for a leader to have, should be the ability to influence people. It's like when you're trying to work in a team, you have to work in a team. So like the people under you should want to work with you, not for you, but with you. Because like a leader, we all know the difference, right? Like leader and boss. A boss would just ask you to do something. A leader, as the noun form lead, should like guide the people, ask the people, be with the people. So like you're not merely asking someone to do something, you're doing something and asking someone to follow on.
Together, so work together, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. How about you, Aaron? What is a good leader?
I think
Okay.
the best quality of a leader is to create future leaders.
Mm.
So it's not just about how to do your own tasks, but also how to empower people around you as well. So I like to think everyone has good ideas, but not everyone has the courage to act or speak up on them.
Yeah.
And as a leader, you should be able to sort of call upon these and like sort of use these sort of qualities about a person, and sort of use it to sort of push your team forward together as well. Because when it comes to leadership, yeah, it's like it's very easy to just do everything yourself, right? Of
Yeah.
course, leadership
Yeah.
requires understanding your role and what you have to do, right? Especially like student council, you also have to understand like there are two sides to leadership in this particular aspect. You have to be able to communicate to teachers. You should also be able
To
to
student.
to sort of satisfy your students as well. So you need to understand what you have to do, and then also for the people around you, you should be able to sort of use them to their strengths. So it's like people have different strengths, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
as a leader, it's also your duty to like you should find like, okay, how do I make this thing work to the best of their ability?
Yeah.
And then also like apart from leadership, also pushing other people to develop more.
Yeah.
That's very
Them to
important.
develop, yeah, help them to develop, yeah? That's a good leader, okay. And then, lastly, maybe, Aaron or Alfred, you can give us some tips that how to be maybe a good leader, maybe have a, get a scholarship, and then have a good life or study journey. Start from you, Aaron, maybe?
Yeah, being a good leader is very subjective, see, because everyone has their own style, right? So, I guess I'll talk more about the scholarship.
Yeah.
then. So, about scholarship, the most important thing is to know this one. Firstly, you have to make a personal statement. Secondly, you have to make a resume, or like
Yeah.
one of those two. They're pretty much
Yeah.
the same thing. And in these two things, what you need is something impactful or like interesting to talk about that can help you stand out from other people. Stand out is like the key here.
Yeah.
You have to stand out from other applicants because the reviewers will be looking at like thousands and thousands of applications, right? And you have to be able to stand out in what way. So like that's for you decide. Maybe you have like very prestigious sort of academic achievements. Maybe you have, say, sort of work experience, but leadership is also a very like sort of core, like sort of organizational life in general. It will help you stand out a lot.
Okay, stand out, yeah? How to get stand out resume. For you?
I think it goes a lot with what Corin said, right? Because like I believe the qualities you need for you to be a leader and to apply for a scholarship, I would say it's quite the same thing. It's like the main point is that you have to be a kind person. You have to be socially active. Because like in order for you to be a leader, like the role of leader and let's say a scholarship recipient, you're representing your whole institution, right?
Yeah.
You're the face of your institution or school and you're representing them. People behind the scene and people on the scene, maybe the people behind the scene could be smarter than the one in front of like the stage and so on, but those who could influence people, who could be like socially nurturing to everyone, that is the particular trait that could attract the people, that could, like, let's say the recruiter or like everyone else around you who is going to choose you as a leader. People will choose you when you are like socially nurturing, you're influential and so on.
Wow, that's the tip, guys. So if you want to get a scholarship, full scholarship, be a president of student council.
Just enter the student council.
Step by step.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for Aaron, for Alfred, for sharing. Semoga juga bisa jadi inspirasi buat teman-teman dan juga maybe orang tua yang nonton juga untuk bisa
encourage
anak-anaknya gitu ya, supaya bisa keren-keren seperti Alfred dan juga Aaron. Thank you so much. We'll close this. We gonna say goodbye to the camera. Bye-bye. Thank you.